Are we live yet? Let's see. Make sure audio levels are good. Okay. I think we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Using some new technology here. As you guys can see here, we got Streamlabs. Been testing around, playing around with it this past week because I have a collaboration going on tomorrow with Talking TV Podcast, and they suggested to play around with the software, and I wanted to do so, and I'm doing that tonight. And tonight's watch along, as you guys can see by the title, is for Joker. Very excited to watch this film with you all. This is my first time watching the film since seeing it back in October. For those that have been following my channel for a while now, this was in my top 5 of 2019. This was a film I really enjoyed. Thought the performance by Joaquin Phoenix was obviously an Oscar-winning performance, as we know that he won an Oscar for Best Actor. And I was just blown away by this film, guys. This is very exciting. This is a film that I had, like I said, I haven't seen this film since October. So this will be my second time seeing it and first time seeing it since seeing it back in October. So very excited to watch with you all tonight in tonight's watch along. If you are new to the channel, guys, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Really helps out the channel. Also, I really appreciate it. But I would, like to continue to making these watch alongs. So with the thumbs up kind of indicates that you guys like what we're doing here at Movie Files with these watch alongs. So definitely give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're in the chat. Give me some comments, your likes, your dislikes about the movie. You can talk about the DC universe, the DCEU, the future, the past, and everything in between. Let's talk about that in the comments. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Number one, definitely subscribe to my channel. I do new movie reviews for movies that are typically at the theater, but some of the movies have come on streaming services. But I do movie reviews for Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Apple TV, Disney Plus. So I do reviews for that. I watch a lot of TV, so I do TV reviews. We do unboxings, we do giveaways, and a lot of cool stuff like watch alongs and many more things coming in the future. So definitely, if you're new to this channel, definitely subscribe. Really appreciate it, guys. But yeah, like I said, very excited to watch this movie with you all. We're going to start it in a little bit. So right now, I'm watching the physical copy. I got my steel book, which I actually did a giveaway for that back in, what was it, January when this came out. So I have it queued up on my TV now at 0 seconds. So if you guys are at home, go ahead and put in your physical copy, your digital copy, or whatever form of this movie you have. And we're going to start it in just a little bit, wait for a couple more people to get in the chat here. And I'm ready to get this thing going. Like I said, guys, this is my first time seeing this since October, and I'm ready. Got the Joker shirt on. I got my Batman little drink here. So we're all ready tonight, ladies and gentlemen, to talk about the Joker, a film that was well received, and it destroyed the box office. And we'll talk about all that once we get this watch along started here. So let's see if we got some people in the chat here. Let me see. Again, this is my first time using StreamYard, so bear with me. If there's any audio issues, let me know, and all that stuff. I really appreciate it. So let's see. Let's bring in these people. Can you show it here? Jedi Zeke, what's up? I'm going to try and stay here, but off work. I got off work a little bit in a while, so tired. No, I understand, man. I appreciate you stopping by, Zeke. You were able to tune in last week with Knives Out, so I really appreciate it, man. Definitely appreciate you stopping by. A long day at work. I know how those days go, my friend, but it is the weekend, so we got that to look forward to. So I appreciate you stopping in, Zeke. And then my boy David here from Flicks Talk. Hey, what's going on? He actually has a watch along, I believe, either now or in a couple hours or an hour or so. He's doing a watch along for one of my classics, one of my favorite comedies of all time, and that's Friday. I believe it's the 25th anniversary of Friday, if I'm not mistaken, David. But yeah, definitely check out his channel. Definitely subscribe to him if you guys haven't already. He's a really cool guy, has a lot of great content on his channel. We've done some collaborations in the last few years and many more to come. So definitely support David's channel at Flicks Talk, and check out his watch along tonight. Again, I believe it's in an hour, or it might be right now. So if you guys want to watch some a little bit of Joker and Friday, it's a great day to do so. So definitely check out David's channel. Audio sounds good. Oh, I appreciate it. Good. I just want to make sure everything's good because I'm using this new technology. I feel like an old man. I was playing around with it earlier this week, and it seems pretty easy. I'm doing the free trial just to see how it is. The price is not too bad. I was thinking about doing what is it, Streamlabs with OBS. That's a little bit above my expertise when it comes to technology, but that's something I might look into in the future. But I'm trying StreamYard. I heard it's really good so far, so good, and I'm excited to use it and see what we can do with this technology. So crazy, but I'm glad the audio sounds good on you guys' end. Brando Critic, what's going on, Brandon? Another one of I'm a fan of his work as well. If you guys haven't, definitely check out his channel. My man is in Canada. People in Canada are so awesome. He's one of those awesome people. He does movie reviews. He reviews older movies, new movies. He's a Bond fan. I love his collection, love his movie room. He has watch-alongs as well. I believe he has a watch-along this Tuesday for, what was it? Kingsman. I believe it's this Tuesday. He's going to do a watch along. So definitely tune into his channel, subscribe to his channel, definitely support him. Some really cool people on this chat tonight, and some more people that might be on this channel in the near future. So keep an eye out for that. So definitely glad he was able to swing by tonight, Brandon. And he says, "Hey, buddy, can't stay for long." Just all right, well, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. And then David in the chat said, "Yeah, 7 p.m. PST tonight, 25th anniversary of Friday." Again, guys, this is a fun night. You got the Joker, you got Friday, you can watch on David's channel here in a bit. So really, really cool things that we're all doing. And I love, with all my friends on social media, on Instagram and YouTube, we're all, it's a crazy time that we're living in, right? And it's fun to kind of see these wonderful people doing their own watch-alongs, doing Instagram, like, I don't know what it's like technically called, but when like you can bring someone into your Instagram live, and I'm seeing people do that. So it's just really cool to kind of see people, getting, creative and interacting with each other, because we all know in these times that we live in, people would rather text someone than call someone, and this, that, and the other. So it's really cool to kind of see people. Like I said, it's terrible times, many tragedies. People's lost their lives, people lost their jobs, and it's just been a really, really chaotic time that we're living in. But the silver lining in all this, I think we're going to really appreciate each other's company, right, and be able to interact with people more, because we're obviously self-quarantined and we can't go out and we can't be around people in regards to social distancing. So I think the silver lining within this is, once all this does get settled and we're back to somewhat of our normal lives, I think we can all really appreciate each other's presence and, appreciate what we have and stuff like that. So, but again, it's been really cool to kind of see everyone on different platforms interacting and doing watch-alongs and all that fun stuff. It's a really cool time. So, and technology, right? I mean, can you imagine what 5-7 years ago, like what would we've been doing if we didn't have these opportunities as far as technology goes? So the times are different for sure. David says, "I use Streamlabs. OBS is awesome, but doesn't make it easy to have co-guests." Yeah, like I said, I've done some research in the last few months, because one of the things I want to really do in 2020 with this channel is have more collaborations, which I plan to do in the near future, which David and Brandon can speak to that. But yeah, I was playing around, I saw Streamlabs, and I kind of did some research, and it seems, really, really intuitive and really, really, really cool in regards to interaction with the fans and things like that. But it was just like, whoa, I'm going to have to kind of sit down one day and really kind of break it down. There's also a supporter on this channel, Brandon, who's going to help me out with that. But I'll look at Stream Labs here in the future, but I'm gonna play around with StreamYard for a little bit and continue to learn more about it and continue to bring some more awesome content to you guys. Hey, what's going on, man? Welcome to the chat. Again, guys, we are going to start this movie in about 2 minutes. Right now, I have it queued up again for those that are just tuning in. As you can see by the title, we are watching 2019 Joker. Joaquin Phoenix won Best Actor. Rob De Niro, huge fan of his. Todd Phillips. We'll talk about all that stuff when we start the movie, but if you guys are watching at home, we're going to start in 2 minutes. Right now, it's set on 0 seconds on my time. I'm going to press play in 2 minutes here, or less than a minute. At 7:10, I'm going to press play, and we can get this watch along started. So let's see if we got any more comments here coming in on the chat. But another thing too, I'm going to play around with some of these banners, right? Let's see what we got here. Let me see. Bam, hit them with that. Hit them with the subscribe today. Like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Again, guys, I used to work in retail for almost 10 years. And I was like, technically, I was tech savvy. I knew all the iPhone stuff, computer stuff. But when it comes to like software and programs, that was not my lingo. So this stuff is, pretty cool to see. So we'll have a couple different banners going on throughout this live stream here. So go ahead and put in a little cough drop. So I'm not coughing this whole stream. If you guys don't know, as I mentioned on all my other streams, I have the craziest allergies, and the weather in St. Louis has been awesome, but it is just like hot one day. It was cold earlier today, and my allergies are all over the place. So apologize if I'm coughing every now and then, but we're gonna have a good time tonight. So let's see. We got some more comments here. All right, it's 17, guys. So what I'm going to do is do a little countdown. So for all those that are watching it live, and then all those that are watching the replay, I'm going to do a 3, 2, 1, press play, and then we're going to watch the movie, enjoy this movie, talk about it, chat about it, and break it all down. So we are going to start this bad boy in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and press play. And we are about to get down. Turn this up a little bit. And then periodically, again, I'm not as tech savvy as my guys Brandon and David. I don't have like a little countdown or whatever, or a stopwatch on the screen. But again, I'll just kind of periodically say where we're at in the movie in regards to the time codes for all those that are joining into the chat or all those that are watching this on replay. To that point, again, for all those at home, we are 38 seconds into the Joker. Again, this is exciting, guys. All the other watch-alongs I've done have been for movies I've seen 3 or 4 times. The one TV show watch-along I did was for The Outsider. I already had seen the episode, but this is my first time watching the Joker since October. So I'm going to definitely interact with you guys throughout this entire chat, but there might be some moments where I'm like, oh man, I forgot about this, or like right now, I remember the trailer when he's sitting there putting on his makeup and he's doing the whole, smile and all that stuff. Such a great performance by Joaquin Phoenix. Been a fan of his for a while. I don't know if you guys remember, who was in the mid 2000s when he was going through some stuff, right? He wanted to be like a rapper and was having some issues with drug and alcohol stuff. But, he's a great artist, regardless of some of the stuff he's done in the past. I think he's a passionate actor, a well sought out actor, and just a phenomenal talent. And I've been a fan of his for many, many years. And I'm so glad that he was able to take this character that's someone like me that's read the comics, that's watched the movies, that's watched the animated series, and to see this being brought to the big screen in this manner from the certain director who we'll talk about, Todd Phillips, here in a bit. It's just phenomenal what they were able to do. That combination of Joaquin's raw ability to just bring a character to life, and then Todd Phillips being able to take his comedic background and bring us this psychological drama with the Joker, with Arthur Fleck. And it's just crazy, man. I always say it in my reviews for, comedies, or I should say horror movies in the last, it's been this way for a while, but in particular, it's been heightened in the last decade, where we have these comedians diving deeper into these dramas. I think of Jordan Peele, I think of John Krasinski, and those are some that come to mind. And now you can put Todd Phillips in that arena in regards to these people that from comedy, but then they put their feet into the horror realm or the drama realm, and they bring us something like this. It's because, I always say I'm not a comedian, but I find myself to be kind of funny. Comedians they'll put a smile on your face, right? But they have a lot of trauma and a lot of stuff. They smile, but they have a lot that they kind of keep in sometimes. So it's really, really cool to see Todd Phillips make that transition into the comedies, the Hangovers, the old schools of the world. 2016, he did a drama, kind of I don't want to say comedy drama, but a little bit of levity within the film, War Dogs, which I don't know if you guys have seen that film, with Miles Teller and Jonah Hill. And that was my first time seeing Ana de Armas. I can never remember her name, but she's a phenomenal actress. But War Dogs was my first time saying, like, okay, Todd Phillips has a serious side to him. And then obviously, 3 years later, he takes it to this level. So really, really cool to say Joker. I'm really excited to watch this with you all tonight. Again, I haven't seen this film since October, so really excited. So let me, we got some more chats in here, guys. Let me read some of your comments here. Brando Critic says, man, I haven't seen Friday yet. It's on my watch list, but now I'm in the mood to watch it. Man, Brandon, man, it's one of my classics, man. It's one of my favorite comedies of all time. Big Ice Cube fan from NWA, and seeing him, obviously branch off and be his own independent artist, rap artist. Big fan of his rap, but then big fan of him as an actor as well. Obviously, there's some movies that are not always the best, but I always respect Ice Cube and his hustle and what he brought to the table. And, that was one of his first films that he did. And, Chris Tucker, obviously, if you all are fans of Chris Tucker like I am, grew up with Chris Tucker from Friday, from Rush Hour, seeing him, in the circuit, in the comedy circuit with Def Jam and all Def Comedy Jam. But yeah, Friday is one of my favorites of all time, and that is definitely one that I recommend you checking out, man. It's one of the classics in my opinion. So definitely. Got my boy Connor in. Hey yo, glad I made it. This is awesome. Awesome Tiger. Yes, the Tiger Tail review, my friend. I appreciate you watching it and commenting on that video. But guys, I know we're talking about the Joker, but there's a movie on Netflix. It's a drama by Alan Yang, who is a writer, director. He's stepped his feet into the TV world for many, many years. Parks and Rec. He directed 2 episodes, wrote 16 episodes of Parks and Rec, one of the funny sitcoms or comedies on TV. Masters of None, which is on Netflix with Aziz Ansari. He directed 2 episodes of that, like 10 episodes that he wrote. This film was really great, guys. Again, I don't want to get too much into it because we're obviously talking about the Joker tonight, but check out my review for Tiger Tail, not Tiger King, and I haven't seen that yet, but Tiger Tail. Check out that review. Watch the trailer. Also, the trailer really got to me. That's what really hooked me. Connor told me about it like a couple months ago, and I saw the trailer. I was damn near crying watching the trailer. So imagine when I saw the movie today. So definitely check out that movie, guys. It's on Netflix. Tiger Tail. Really recommend it. It's a story about love, regret, forgiving those that have done wrong upon you. It's just a great story. Great movie. Can't recommend it enough, guys. But I appreciate you checking that out, Connor. I'm glad you're able to join tonight, my friend. Which, by the way, Connor, I don't know if you saw that little thing I put out the other day with that collaboration. If you want to do join in one of my lives, man, I would love to have you on for a future watch along I'm doing in about 2 weeks here. Let me turn this up. I can't even hear what they're saying. Another thing too that I'm definitely going to do probably when I'm done watching this with you guys tonight is diving into these special features and just seeing the relationship between Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix. As you hear, I was reading a lot when the film had came out about their process, about rewriting certain scenes and how that scene in the bathroom took place and how they came about that. I'm definitely excited to look at these special features again. I did a giveaway for this back in January, but like I said, I haven't even watched it until tonight. So I'm going to be definitely checking out these special features. And this is, by the way, this was the steel book that I picked up when it came out a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago. All right, so here, let me hit you out with another little banner. Let me hit you with another banger of a banner. There you go, right there, guys. Look at that. Look at that. I feel like a DJ right now, working on the mic, working on the tech board right now. All right, so let's see. We got some more comments here in the chat, guys. Again, for everyone that's joining in, we're watching Joker. We are 7 minutes and 46 seconds into this amazing film. And if you guys are new to this channel, definitely subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss any of my content. I do watch alongs once a week. I got a big watch along coming up in a couple weeks, guys, and I'm really excited for. I'm going to have some awesome guests on for that watch along. But yeah, subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Really helps out the channel. I really appreciate it, guys. So definitely, and leave your comments in the chat because I love to interact with you all. And this is why I do this, is to talk to you all. So Flicks Talk, David says, catch my stream, Brandon, after Elliot's Joker watch. Very funny 90s comedy. Yeah, again, one of my classics. The sequels aren't as good as the first one, obviously, but I like the second. Was it next Friday with Day Day? What's the actor's name? Or the comedian Mike Epps. That film is hilarious too. It's not as good, but it's still funny. And then the third one, Friday After Next, I believe, was the third one with the Christmas theme. And they supposedly have been making another one with everyone being back, with Chris Tucker coming back. But yeah, I love Friday and recommend that you check it out for sure, Brandon. Is it on, by the way, David, is it on, is it streaming? Is it on Netflix or Hulu? I own the copy, but I'm just curious if it's available to stream for all those that might not have the film. But again, definitely recommend it. Recommend you guys checking it out for sure. All right. Connor says, how's the quarantine stitch in St. Louis? It's all right, man. It's, with my day-to-day job, my 9 to 5 is considered an essential work. So I have been able to still do work. Work has been extremely slow with the times that we're in for my day job, but it's okay, man. I think we've had, I don't want to get this all dark and somber, even though we're watching a pretty dark and somber film, but, we've had, a little under 20 deaths, I believe, in St. Louis. And I don't know how many people have been affected by it, but I know we have a somewhat of a lockdown. Like there was like a curfew in place, but obviously people aren't really abiding by that. But me personally, I've been kind of outside of doing my job that I have to meet with clients and practicing social distancing with them. I haven't been out in weeks, guys. I go get groceries, this, that, and the other. But besides that, it's been pretty locked down over here. And in regards to, St. Louis, you see people out working out, walking. I've never seen so many people walk in my life, but it's okay, man. But I know, like in St. Louis, we're doing a lot better than some of the other states, especially New York, and some of these other countries around the world has been really hit hard with this virus. So, but yeah, I'm doing all right, man. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing okay. I hope everyone in the chat's doing okay. But I appreciate you asking, Connor. But yeah, I hope you all are doing the best you can be in this situation. I hope you and your family are safe. Hope we're, keeping our hands clean, practicing social distancing. I hope you guys are doing good out there. But again, I appreciate you guys watching this with me tonight because I love talking movies with you all. So David says, a few weeks ago, I had allergies for 3 days bad. Then the week after my girlfriend had, yeah, man, I got mad crazy allergies. And I didn't have allergies growing up as a kid. But like the older I got, my allergies have gotten worse. So like the coughing, sneezing, people like, dude, are you okay? But it's like, yeah, I just have allergies. It's allergies, guys. But no, my allergies are crazy bad, man. And yeah, it's that time of the year when they say that I'm not an expert by any means, but I know they say that viruses don't do well in the hot season. So hopefully we'll get back to some type of normal lives in the next few few weeks, but it might be a couple months, but we'll see. We're staying positive over here, right? It's all about positivity. Enjoy the show. Awesome. And thank you for stopping by tonight, my friend. I really appreciate it. Really do. Brandon says, hey, St. Louis, was glad you guys were able to win the Stanley Cup. Yeah, man, it's so I'm not from St. Louis. I've been in St. Louis for the last 4 years. I'm from Chicago, born and raised in Chicago, and moved to St. Louis here in 2016, which is crazy. I can't believe it's been 4 years already. But yeah, in the last 7 years, I've lived in New York. I've lived in Atlanta. I lived in Iowa for a bit. And then, like I said, in 2016, moved on down to St. Louis. But yeah, no, it was really cool when St. Louis, I don't technically call myself a St. Louisan, so I don't want to take that. I'm a big sports guy, so I don't want to say, yeah, we won the Stanley Cup. I was glad for the city of St. Louis and excited to see what the future holds for the hockey team. I'm not a big hockey fan, to be honest with you, Brandon. I've seen a couple hockey games, like the most like entertaining moment of hockey that I've ever watched was the Olympics from probably been a decade ago. But yeah, it was really cool when we won when St. Louis won the Stanley Cup. There was a lot of cool things, a lot of positive energy and vibes when that happened. When that Stanley Cup was cool. David says, you'll get there, man. Practice makes perfect. Oop. Was that what were we talking about here? We'll get there. Practice makes perfect. I assume probably talking about the streaming and everything like that. Appreciate it, David. We got Connor here. Glad Batman is standing alone like this. Is it though, Connor? Is it, my friend? Because there's been a lot of conflicting dialogue around with Matt Reeves. Number one, I just read a couple of days ago that it's apparently in present time, which I thought was going to take place in the 90s. And then, I go back and forth with this in regards to a connecting universe, as we've been kind of spoiled with in the last decade with the MCU, or last 12 years, so that's to say, with everything being connected with the MCU. But, when it comes to what the DC did and where they're at now in regards to Man of Steel, starting off the DC Universe 2013, obviously, we got that sequel, which we did a watch along for BVS, which just celebrated its 4-year anniversary. And then we get the Wonder Womans of the world, which I love. Justice League didn't turn out too well. Obviously, things kind of changed up when they had a critically okay, but a box office success with Aquaman, which I might do a watch along for Aquaman. Now, I might do like I'm gonna start when I'm gonna do these watch alongs in the future. They're gonna be more kind of based within the same genre. Because I know right now my watch alongs when I do like my polls is like completely different genres. So I'm gonna probably do a DC like watch along, like a series watch along in the future. But either way, Aquaman was successful. Shazam did pretty good, enough to warrant a sequel. But I really enjoyed that film, and people liked it as well. And then obviously the Joker, Birds of Prey didn't do that well financially, which is kind of funny about Birds of Prey, right? Because when you compare it, I was just reading an article with Kathy Yin talking about how it's funny how obviously it's a comic book movie, and we're used to these comic book movies making $500 million with no problems at all. But she even brought it up when you look at a film like Ford v Ferrari, which I haven't seen yet, but I heard great things about it. But you look at that film's budget and how much it made. Birds of Prey did the exact same thing, but yet it's considered a box office failure, right? Just because, again, we're so used to these movies making boot-goods of money. But either way, Birds of Prey, I enjoyed that. And going back to your question here, Connor, in regards to Batman being a standalone film, we'll see, man. I mean, I'm fine either way they go. I would like to see Robert Pattinson interacting with a Gal Gadot, interacting with the Jason Momoa. We'll see what happened with Ezra Miller, right? Like, what the hell was that? The whole video, I don't know if you guys saw that video with Ezra Miller, but it'll be really cool to kind of see them interact. But if we do get, a couple different standalone Batmans without him being in the DCEU or whatever they're calling it, I'll be okay with it. But I would like to see them connect things eventually and get things on track. Yeah, Anna, I love Anna. We were talking about her last week with Knives Out and how great of a performance she gave in that film, and just how big of a fan I am, and seeing her for the first time in War Dog, and seeing her, pop into one of my favorite films of all time in Blade Runner 2049, which will be another watch along on this channel. One of my favorite movies of all time, guys. I think it's the one of the best sequels ever made. And a little hot take. I'm not a big fan of the original Blade Runner, but I love the sequel, and that's something I would love to watch with you all one day. But hey, what's going on? My main man Jonathan here, or he goes by Richard Ramirez. So I'm glad you were able to join in tonight, my friend. This people, ladies and gentlemen, you talk about someone who is a supporter of the content, supporter in my content on this channel, and just an awesome person in general. Another person from Canada. Again, people from Canada are just amazing people. But I'm glad you're able to join in tonight, my friend. Hey. Here, let me switch this up right quick. I love that laugh. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to scream in the mic, but I do an okay Joker laugh. I might do it by the end of the chat, depending on what kind of mood I'm in. But again, for all those that are at home, we are 17 minutes and 38 seconds into the film. So if you're just joining the chat, that's where we are in the film. Again, we are 17 minutes and 45 seconds into the Joker. So definitely cue it up so we can be at the same mark here. So let me get back to this film again. Just the history of the movie, right? What was it if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was 2016 that the rumors came about in regards to the Joker having a standalone film. And I believe it took place due to the fact that Joaquin Phoenix wanted to do like a standalone superhero movie, comic book movie. Because if you guys don't know, he was approached to do what's the film that's slipping my mind right now? He was asked to do Doctor Strange, right? And he didn't want to do it, not because the character isn't great, and obviously Benedict Cumberbatch is phenomenal in the role, and I'm glad everything worked out the way it did, but he didn't want to be locked down to a franchise. I mean, obviously at this point, we've seen Doctor Strange in his own film. We've seen him in Thor Ragnarok. We've seen him in Infinity War and Endgame. So 4 films within a span of less than 3 years. So, I mean, that's a lot for a person, for someone, especially as like Joaquin Phoenix. I feel like he's one of those actors that's like he doesn't want to play the same role over and over and over again. So, and I love this scene here when he's beating the trash. I remember in the trailer, people thought he was like killing someone, but I believe, I'm not mistaken, if I read something somewhere, that he actually like dislocated his shoulder in this scene. Again, I can't wait to dive into these special features of this movie. But going back to the conversation we were having in regards to the beginnings of this film. So Joaquin Phoenix didn't want to do Doctor Strange because it was a commitment, and he's, like I said, I believe, at least I assume, he's one of those actors that he wants to pick projects that he feels passionate about, but also doesn't want to be locked down into a franchise. So 2016 came around. You hear the rumors that Todd Phillips wants to get involved with what they call it, a DC Black Label franchise, or a particular branch of the DC universe where it's darker films and it's standalones and it's based around the villains. So I remember when all these rumors were coming out, it was like, what? Todd Phillips wants to direct a Joker film, and he wants to start off this kind of branch off in this franchise. It was like, oh, I don't know about that. But then obviously you hear about Martin Scorsese being potentially involved in it, and then you hear about Joaquin Phoenix getting involved, and it's just I'm just so glad it all kind of played out. And I'm really interested to see what they do with that notion of the DC Black Label, if they do more of these films, whether it be, I did a post about this like few months ago regarding, like, if you guys wanted to see another character get this Joker's treatment, who would you guys like to see next? And I love Zazie Beetz, by the way, guys. She is amazing talent, and beautiful. But yeah, it was just, I asked people if they wanted to see, who would they like to see next get this Joker treatment? And a lot of people brought up, which I'm 100% down for, a Lex Luthor type of standalone film. I would love to see Deathstroke get this type of treatment. There's so many great villains within the DC universe that I would love to kind of see get this type of, it doesn't necessarily have to be rated R, but this true gritty kind of grounded in the story of these phenomenal characters from the comics that we haven't seen on the big screen yet, a la, Deathstroke. We've obviously seen Lex Luthor be played on the big screen by many wonderful actors, but I would love to see those two that come to mind in regards to getting this type of treatment to the big screen. But yeah, got some more chats here. Again, guys, for all those that are just stopping by, if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. Really helps out the channel, and I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. Make sure you're dropping some comments in the chat here, and I'm going to make sure I answer all of them tonight while we're watching this phenomenal film. I remember seeing this trailer right now. Again, for those that are watching at home, we are 21 minutes and 58 seconds of the film. The whole scene with him and his mom in the bathroom. Like, I remember the trailer. Again, I did a trailer reaction for this movie. It was actually a pretty successful video on my channel, but I remember seeing that. I'm like, what is going on with him and his mother? What is some type of some weird stuff going on? But no, there's a great relationship, very complex and dysfunctional relationship. But the actress whose name is slipping right now, she's a phenomenal actress. I've seen her in multiple seasons of American Horror Story, and I think she's so great. Yeah, Arthur Fleck is just such a fascinating character right now. Him with the dancing of the gun. It's just like, man, this man is definitely in a different spot right now in regards to his mental state. And I remember, I don't know if you guys remember this, and obviously with everything that's going on now, it's kind of hard to remember some of these things that we were kind of afraid of during this when this film came out. But I remember the whole conversation being had with people were scared to go to the theater because of the implications of what this character could have been potentially, the story could have been evolving, which, some people were like, is that the right message to send out to the people, especially with gun control laws in different states? And we're not going to get political on this channel. I never have and never will be. But I remember the fear of people. And I even mentioned, I remember reviewing this film in October, I mentioned just the presence of me going to the theater and how there were cops outside of the theater, in the theater, making sure nothing went down, so, but nothing did go down, which, it was just interesting how the media kind of hyped it up, right? That, people should be scared to see this film, and what kind of implications does it kind of imply to those that have mental health, and encouraging gun violence, stuff like that. But it's just like, this is art, man. Interpretation. It's up to interpretation in regards to how people take the message from the story, and it's not. Yes, the producers, the writers, and the directors, and the actors, and the people involved, they have a certain responsibility, but at the same time, they're telling a story. And it's not to be, I don't know how to phrase it, but it's not their fault if someone takes this message in a negative spin, right? Their message is they want to tell a story about the guy that is suffering with mental health issues, how he's interacting with these characters, what pushed him on the edge. And is, again, they're not saying this is a good thing. They're not, celebrating what, Arthur Fleck does in this film. They're just showing you kind of what this character, again, this fictional character, how, and for those that have read the comics of Joker, the difference between the Joker and Batman, as the Joker famously says, is the Joker just had a bad day and he went a different route, where the Batman obviously had a bad day, but he decided to make something good of it and become legendary vigilante and one of my favorite comic book superheroes of all time. So this is a fascinating. This is I wouldn't be surprised in 10. They might be doing it now. Hell, I'm not in school now, but come 5, 10, 15 years, this will be a film that people will study in regards to the story being told and the performance, obviously, and the direction of Todd Phillips. It's one of those films that will be remembered many years from now. Again, successfully $1 billion. Like, come on, there's no way. No one predicted this film to be so successful financially, and $1 billion later, and there might be a sequel, which we'll talk about probably later in the chat here. But what a incredible feat by Todd Phillips, Joaquin Phoenix, in Warner Brother Pictures. Take a risk. You don't see that too much in Hollywood, right? You don't see a lot of risk taking. Alexa says, I love that you are doing the movie files. Lauren, I love what you are doing with movie files. I appreciate it. Start following you in your HBO Outsider breakdowns. Keep up the good work and stay healthy, man. Hey, you stay healthy too. And I appreciate those kind words. I'm glad that you were able to find my channel with The Outsider, one of my favorite shows of 2020. And that was so fun to review those episodes every week and doing some different kind of branching off videos with that. I did my first ever trailer breakdown with that show. I did kind of my first ever like predicting who's going to die in the finale show. I did my very first watch along with that show. So the Outsider is something I will never forget in regards to the people I've been able to interact with, like you and like Jonathan, and many other great people I've met just doing those reviews. So I'm glad you were able to come across my channel. I'm glad you're supporting the channel, and I hope that you're being safe out there as well. So I appreciate that. Johnson said that I thought the Joker was a bit overrated. Okay, it was a good film, mind you, just not as good as universally praised. Hey, to each his own, my friend. And I see the film's faults. Again, we'll get into it as the film kind of progresses. But it isn't a perfect film by any means. But I know that some people definitely consider this to be like the cream of the crop, right? And one of the best comic book movies ever made, and one of the best, films to kind of handle the subject matter, which there is some merit in that. I do hold this film in a high regards in regards to the creative process of this film. And the performance by Joaquin is just like a Oscar winning, as we all know. But no, I definitely respect that, man. And that's the thing I love about film, right? It's just the conversations that we can have, and the agreeing on things and disagreeing on things. So, not every movie's for everyone. And I appreciate you sharing that comment with us, because it's not a perfect film, and it's not it's not the greatest film of all time, in my opinion. But I really do love this film, and I'm like I said, this is my second time watching it since seeing it in theaters. So. But no, I respect your opinion, my friend. That's what it's all about, right? I feel you. I haven't left the home in weeks. Also, there's so many great comments. I'm gonna have to catch up with you guys. But yeah, no, it's been rough, man. It's been, a lot of movie watching, a lot of streaming. I do have. Occasionally I have, again, with my day job, I have stuff that keeps me busy with that, the stress that comes with my job. But either way, it's a crazy time, man. And like I was saying earlier in the chat, this is, oh man, he drops the gun, kicks the gun. It's just like, yep, time for you to go, my friend. But no, it's, I think, again, for all those that are at home watching it along with me, we are 28 minutes and 50 seconds into the film. This is when Arthur, the heel of the downfall of this character starts to happen after he kind of loses a job and everything that plays out here. But no, it's I think after these times get back to, like I said, any normal life that we're going to get back to, it'll be really interesting to see how people kind of accept one another, right? Because we have to practice social distancing. We have to interact with each other via chats and FaceTiming. But I think once we get back to, like I said, quote unquote, normal lives, it'll be really great to kind of see people embrace each other more and appreciate each other more. So, but yeah, it's been crazy, man, staying at home. OMG, I didn't know you were Chicago born and raised as well. Yeah, I am from Chicago, ladies and gentlemen. As Mrs. Edwards says here, yeah, how are you from? Yeah, you're born and raised as well. Yeah, what part of Chicago are you from? I grew up on kind of the outskirts of the city, of downtown. Like I grew up in Bellwood, which if you're familiar with Bellwood, is a little suburb that's close to Maywood. And Proviso East, Proviso West, and all that stuff. But yeah, it was about 20 minutes away from downtown Chicago. So, and the last time I was out there last November to visit my mom, and yeah, I love Chicago. Chicago is one of the coolest places in the world, and definitely a place I call home. So. There are so many unknowns about COVID-19. It's the scary part. We still don't know if we can gain immunity to it and other sicknesses operate. The data is, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's, I was talking to someone about it the other day in regards to just, it's crazy to think about. We have so many amazing, smart people out there, scientists and doctors, and it's just crazy that we haven't come up with it. But I mean, this is just that happens a lot with any big type of disease like that with COVID-19. That it's just we're on the defense, right? We wish we were on offense. It could have prevented this from happening, but it kind of is what it is. But like you said, man, it's scary. People are losing their lives and losing their jobs and having fear for their parents and for, having fear for themselves. So it's a crazy time, man. But like I said, I like to do these to bring a little levity, to interact with you all and to kind of not necessarily get our minds off of what's going on, but just like I said, appreciating each other's company, having these fun conversations. And once we get out of this blackness, this darkness of times that we're in, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and we're going to get there. And once we get there, I think we're all going to, like I said, appreciate each other more. And we're going to be definitely, I don't know if I'm going to shake anyone's hand. I'm not a big fan of shaking hands as it is. Just never been a fan. It's just, and also like, obviously what they say, handshaking came about because it was like a way of showing that you didn't have a weapon or something like that. I can't remember the origins of shaking hands, but I hope that we practice more of staying clean and, sneezing within our arms and all the stuff that we've been told since we were kids. But obviously, a lot of people don't follow those kind of courteous things with hygiene. But either way, I'm just looking forward to the day that we can just kind of get out of this dark hole, right? I played university hockey for the first half season, and I'm playing all my life until a couple years ago. That's awesome, man. Like I said, never really got into hockey, but I know it is a awesome sport. A lot of people love it. The only time I really watched hockey was during the Olympics from like 10 years ago, and that was a fun time. It was a great game, but I never been to an actual like a hockey game in person, just watched on TV. But gosh, I remember this moment. I'm like, oh man, I thought this was gonna be close to the end of the film, but this is the moment where we're going to get that bathroom scene here in a bit. I remember being at the theater and being like, oh, here we go. But no, that's awesome, man. I didn't know you played hockey, but I know a lot of people love hockey, and it's an awesome sport. I just never got into it. Growing up, basketball, football were my sports, and still are the sports I love to watch. I haven't played in a while, especially football, but basketball, I was a hooper, man. Basketball was life, but it's been some years since I've been on the court. I might be a little rusty. Yeah, there you go. He takes him out. That bathroom scene is phenomenal. That comes up here in the whole story behind that in regards to how Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix came about coming up with that scene, right? That it was kind of just like they weren't getting what they were wanting out of that scene. So they talked about, how can they make it more connected to this character? He just killed someone killed 3 people for the first time. And how is he going to react to that? Right. So just really creative process behind making this film with Joaquin Phoenix and Todd Phillips. And haven't spoken about it yet because I've been chatting, talking this whole time, which I appreciate you guys with these awesome questions and keep them coming, keep them coming. But the score, right? This film score is phenomenal. It won best score, in the Oscars, and it deserved it. I can't think of the young lady's name now. Hilder. I won't even pronounce her last name and embarrass myself on this live stream. But the score that she provided was just, it was a character within itself, right? And here's the scene, right? The Oscar scene, the scene that they show the clip for in the Oscars. So this is a phenomenal scene. But yeah, let me some more of these, and we got that score coming in as Arthur is doing his embracing the Joker name and embracing what he just did, killing people for the first time. The first time he feels alive, you can say, right? For Arthur. The score is just so haunting and just has, like I said, it has its own life. I don't have high hopes for the what? How do you not have high hopes, my friend? Now, again, I respect your opinion, but I'm very excited for the Batman. Again, that's my favorite comic book superhero, next to Spider-Man, and I'm a big Wolverine fan. And obviously, in the last decade or so, I've really come to really love and embrace the Captain Americas of the world, the Iron Mans, and the Thor. People that I liked growing up, and now obviously with the films, I've become big fans of those. But no, I'm really excited for the Joker or the Batman, my friend. I'm a huge Robert Pattinson fan. When they announced that he was going to be the Batman or was in the running, I was like, oh, that is perfect. It was him and Nicholas Hoult, which would have been good casting, but I think Robert Pattinson is going to just destroy that role. And then Matt Reeves, man, I've been a fan of his since Cloverfield. That was one of my, I'll never forget when I saw Cloverfield in the theater, one of the best theater experiences ever, because no one knew what that film was about. I actually have a Slusho shirt that I wear occasionally, but I'm a big Matt Reeves fan, seeing what he did with that film and the remake to what's that vampire movie? Let him in and let the right one in or something like that. That film was great. And then obviously what he did with the sequel to Planet of the Apes, Dawn of the Apes, which I think is the best one in the trilogy, and then obviously War of the Apes was fantastic. But I'm really excited, man. I think Matt Reeves has a grip on the character. He wants to bring something new to the forefront. He's gonna be the Batman things that we've seen in the past. Alfred, some villains for the first time ever on the big screen, the origin story, but I'm just really, really looking forward to it, my friend. I think that the talent behind it, in front of the camera, behind the camera, all thumbs up for me, but I think it might surprise you, man. I think it might surprise you when we see this film whenever it comes out. I know it's scheduled for 2021 June, but obviously the production's been halted with everything going on. And I was reading an article the other day that what's his name? Matt Reeves said that 25% of the film was done. And what they're going to do now is just kind of plan out the big action set pieces and really kind of make sure that once the production does get back up and running, they're, ready to go and click on all cylinders. Got to punch out. Yeah, it's like like I said, Arthur is just, once he lost that job and everything's kind of piling on him, he's just going into that darkness, embracing the darkness from everything that happened, and then obviously what he just did with killing those guys, and now he's just living his life. He feels like a brand new man. So again, the performance here by Joaquin is incredible. I love that kind of reveal. And the whole question is Thomas Wayne his dad or not, which we'll get to that scene here. And I would love to know what you guys think in regards to Thomas Wayne being his dad or not. I remember too, before they casted this actor who's a great actor who I'm normally great at like actors' names. I remember their names. I can't remember his name right now. But I remember Alec Baldwin was in the running to be Thomas Wayne, but things obviously didn't work out. But I think he did a great job in the role. Hold on, I don't want to miss any questions here. Make sure I don't have high hopes, which we talked about. I don't think anyone will top Bell. Hey, Bell Nolan trilogy is phenomenal, my friend. I totally agree with you there. To not say it's going to be top, I don't know. Again, I think Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson is going to have some interesting things to say about that, man. But no, totally respect and love the Nolan trilogy. And a film that I think has kind of grown in appreciation. And I know some people like myself loved it from the first time I saw it, but Batman Begins seems to be the one that people like the most. Obviously, we all know about The Dark Knight and Heath Ledger's performance as Joker, and that movie was just incredible. And Dark Knight Rises, I know, doesn't get as much love as the other two because the other two are phenomenal, but just a great trilogy. Love what Nolan did, love what Christian Bale did, but I don't know, man. To say don't think anyone will top it, that's a challenge I think Matt Reeves will take on, my friend, and I can't wait to see what he does with his trilogy if we are lucky enough to get 3 films. Justice League was terrible. You know, my friend, like I said, my watch along so far, like the polls I've put out, they've been like all completely different films, but I want to do like a series for the watch along in regards to kind of keeping it within, you know, the same genre. So I'm going to do like a DC watch along series where we're watching the Man of Steel. We already watched BVS, but Man of Steel, Justice League, which I've only seen, I saw it at the theater. And I saw it maybe twice at home, but I haven't seen the film in like 2 years. So that would be a fun watch along. And maybe we get a Snyder cut, and that would be something to watch, right? That would be awesome. But anyway, yeah, Justice League just didn't work out that well. We'll just say that it didn't play out the way that we all would have hoped it to play out. And obviously, Zack Snyder tells us all the behind the scenes and everything that was supposed to happen. Which when I read that stuff, it's just like, oh, that would have been so cool to see. But you know, it is what it is. But again, keep you guys up to speed for those who are just tuning in. Watching this on the replay. We are 41 minutes and 3 seconds into the film. So if you guys want to link up, see where we're at in the film, you guys can do so. Again, if you're just joining the chat, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave some comments in the chat here because I love interacting with you all. And again, I appreciate everyone that's stopping by tonight. It means the absolute world that you guys could have been anywhere in the world. Well, I guess not anywhere in the world. You can be in any room in your house right now, but you decided to watch this film with me and join the chat. I really appreciate it, guys. But let's see what we got here. Yeah, Justice League. Yeah, it didn't turn out that well. Like Shazam. Same here, my friend. Same here. Birds. You didn't like Birds of Prey? Hey, I know some people that didn't like it. I enjoyed it, and I'm excited to see it again when it comes out next month. But I know some people did not like it, and it seems like you were one of them. But no, totally respect that, man. It wasn't for everyone, that's for sure. But I had a good time with it. No, don't ask me. No, never, my friend. LOL, JK, bro. No, again, guys, Jonathan, man, I can't thank you enough, my friend. We've been chatting this last week, and he really supports this channel and believes in this channel, and I can't thank him enough for the things he's done for this channel so far. And it's always good to have someone on the other side. Again, starting this YouTube channel to almost 3 years now. This September 4th will be 3 years I started this channel, and I had a YouTube channel many years ago when I was in high school, which was just like the most random channel. You can't ever find it. It's buried in the depths of the sea. But you know, when I wanted to start this channel, I wanted to build a community to interact with people, you know, right? Because we all have our movies that we like and dislike, shows that we love and hate, and this, that, and the other, and everything in between. But really, I just wanted to start the channel to interact with people across the world. Again, I'm meeting people from Canada, like Brandon and Jonathan. I'm meeting people from Europe and meeting people across the world. It's just so cool to know that even though we're hours, different time zones apart, that we can all just kind of interact with each other and have moments like this. But Jonathan's a really awesome guy, and I appreciate everything he's done for this channel so far. And it means a lot, and I really appreciate it. By the way, I sent a wrong message on Twitter. It wasn't supposed to go to you. Oh, I haven't even checked my Twitter. I'll check it out and see what that was about. Final Fantasy Remake is amazing. Yeah, I heard it's really good. Some people were talking about it. I was looking online, and I heard it's really awesome. Definitely need to get it with that PS Pro. Yeah, I have to check that out for sure, man. You need a MacBook with iPad as a second display so you can read the chat the whole time. Yeah, that's the plan, my friend. Once the stuff comes in, I'm gonna definitely do some more things with the channel and being able to do, like you just said, kind of multitask, which is the plan for sure, my friend. Connor says, "Do you think he deserved the Oscar over Driver last year?" Connor, you and these awesome questions, man. Marriage Story, phenomenal movie. Was on my top 10 list. Wasn't as high as a Joker, but I really enjoyed that film. And Adam Driver, I've been a fan of his since Girls, and seeing his career to where he's at now, phenomenal. But to answer your question, man, I think Joaquin deserved it. Again, Adam Driver gave a hell of a performance, and also Scarlett Johansson was phenomenal in that. But there's no doubt that Adam gave a great performance. But to me, watching this scene now, him at the doing the stand up thing, to me, Joaquin just went to this another level. Like and you don't have the whole method acting and becoming the character, all that stuff is whatever, but just the characteristics of Arthur Fleck and the depths that we get with this character and the layers that we get with this character. And again, I love what Adam Driver did with that film, but I just think that there's just so much that he gave in this performance, and I think he deserved it. But again, Adam Driver, if it was another year, definitely could have saw him winning it. And Adam Driver is going to have many more opportunities to win the Oscars because he's that great of a talent. His Oscars just right now, just a movie away, right? So, but I do think that Joaquin deserved it. But that doesn't, like I said, doesn't take anything away from Adam Driver's performance in Marriage Story. I have to run, bro, but I'll check in back in a bit. Final Fantasy Remake just came out today, and I'm extremely into it. Have a good stream. Hey, man, I appreciate it, my friend. I hope you have a good time with that game, man. Let me know what you thought about it once you get it played. Hit me up on Twitter later tonight and let me know what you think about the game, my friend. I'm so glad you're able to tune in, man. I appreciate it. Connor says, I remember I remember that it was crazy how the media thought of the film. Yeah, I'm sorry. And I know this was like from probably like 20 minutes ago because I have these long drawn out answers for some of you guys is amazing, from all you guys, amazing questions. But yeah, now the media definitely hyped it up. They gaslit this film in regards to people being afraid to go see a film because of, the subject matter. But everything was okay. Cameron James says, "Do you watch My Hero?" No, I don't, or any anime in general. I don't, my friend. Like a kid growing up, I used to. I put my foot in the water of anime. Dragon Ball Z was a big thing growing up in middle school in Chicago, and that's probably the extent of my animation. I I applaud the creators, and I know that there's a huge market for anime, and it's. Speaking of these times, that's something I definitely want to put on the watch list is get into these animes. I know there's some incredible stories out there in regards to the anime universe, and I've heard great things about the Hero franchise and so many other ones. So to answer your questions, Cameron, I really don't watch anime, but it's something that I am not against of watching. So give me some recommendations. Drop me some recommendations in the comments, man. Where should I start and where are they available? Is there some on Netflix I should watch, Hulu, YouTube? Let me know, man. But it's definitely something I've been wanting to dive into. And like I said, it's something I would love to look into more for sure. Adam Ward with the super chat. Hey man, I really appreciate it. This is the first super chat that I've ever received on this channel. So Adam Ward, you are going down in the history books, my friend. I really appreciate it. I'm digging your channel and happy to see it grow. Keep up the great work, brother. Hey man, I appreciate you. And again, you are in the memory bank, my friend. I will never forget this. The first ever super chat by Adam Ward. I really appreciate it, man. That means a lot to me, and I can't thank you enough, man. And I'm glad you're enjoying the channel. Many more things to come, my friend. Again, first time ever on Streamlab or StreamYard. Streamlab is something I might explore in the future, but right now we're sticking with the free version of StreamYard. But no, many more things to come in the future, more collaborations, different videos outside of reviews. I want to do some more stuff with this channel. And I'm glad you've been sticking around, my friend, and supporting the content and many bright things to come in the future, my friend. So this is when he gets the letter here about Thomas Wayne being his daddy. I love that. Again, I love when movies pose that question, like, was it real? Was it fake? In regards to this letter here, in regards to, did his mom, Penny, write that? Did Thomas Wayne actually write that letter? Will we ever know in a sequel? Will we ever know in a director's cut of this film? Who knows? We've all been there, right? When you're just like, calm down, try to hold it in, try to have a conversation. Again, for all those that are at home, 49 minutes and 40 seconds into the Joker. And this was a big moment where Arthur finds out that his daddy is Thomas Wayne, or potentially is Thomas Wayne. Let me know in the comments, guys. What are your thoughts on Thomas Wayne being his dad? Do you think Penny made it up, or do you think Thomas covered it up? Let me know your comments, guys. I would love to know. Cameron Jane says 2 animes I recommend is Promise Neverland. It's extremely messed up, but it's really interesting. And My Hero is great. You can watch them on Hulu. Also, My Hero is dubbed on Hulu, but Promise is sub. Okay, I'm gonna check those out, man. What was the first one? Promise Neverland. That's the title. Is that one available? Did you say where that one is? That available to stream, Cameron? Let me look that up right quick, man. Because this is something that's been The Promise Neverland. Okay, 2017. Yeah, I gotta see where I can find this, man. I'd love to check it out. What is it about? Oh, it's a series. Follows a group of orphan children in their escape plan from the orphanage. Okay. Dark fantasy sci-fi. Oof, you got me right there. Dark fantasy sci-fi thriller. Okay. I'm in. 18 episodes. Adult Swim. Okay. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm sorry, 12 episodes. Okay. There's a live action of this? It's coming out later this year. Okay, my friend. So we got young Batman here. Just doing young Batman stuff. Talking to strangers. Batman. Bruce, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro? I remember reading all, because I'm on Reddit. Not a lot. But I get on there every now and then whenever I post a new video and want to share it to the mass audience. But I remember reading some of the comments in regards to the theory of could this Bruce Wayne be Robert Pattinson, and maybe one day Robert Pattinson's Batman meets Arthur Fleck, Joaquin Phoenix Joker, which would be crazy, but I don't see that happening. But that would be pretty wild, and some alternate multiverse situation where we see this version of Batman growing up and the origins that we get with that character within this universe created by Todd Phillips. Bruce Wayne, aka your arch nemesis. Let's see here. Cameron says, excuse me, guys. Promise Neverland is on Hulu. Okay, I'm gonna check that out, man. I'm gonna have to check that out, bro. I appreciate the recommendation. I'm logging on Hulu here, put it on my list. The Promised Neverland. Are you a good guy, bro? Are you? Here it is. There it is. I'm gonna check that out, man. How long are these episodes? 22. Oh, easy. It's an easy watch. Okay. I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna check it out for sure. They have all season one. I thought I said they had multiple seasons. Okay, no, 12 episodes and 20. Okay. I appreciate it, my friend. Speaking of not anime, but a form of animation, Cameron, this question's for you, my friend. Have you ever watched Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix? Talk about awesome storytelling, 18-minute episodes, different creators. I love that show. I can't wait for that show to come back, man. But let me know in the comments if you got a chance to check that out. Again, it's called Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix. It's um, David Fincher and um, what's my man's name from Deadpool and Terminator? Tim Miller. They've come up with this. So when they bring all these different animators together and they have all these different stories, it's like 18, 20 episodes. And again, the episodes range from like 6 to 18 or 20 minutes. And it's just so great. There's some anime in there. There's some, a little bit of live action, but it's mostly animation. I freaking love that. Love, Death, and Robots. If you guys haven't seen that, came out last year, and the next one, I don't know when it's coming out, but I cannot wait for the second season of that. I love that show. Again, it's called Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix, guys. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. Do yourself a favor. It's phenomenal. I reviewed the first season on my channel too, by the way, if you guys want to get my thoughts on it in its entirety. I just recently got into anime, so I don't have a lot of recommendations, but I do plan on watching a lot more during these times. Yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate the recommendation, and I'm gonna get up on this, man, because like I said, I've been wanting to watch some anime for a while, and I appreciate that. I'm gonna definitely check it out sometime, probably this weekend, because I don't think there's nothing else to do this weekend to watch. Because like I said, there was a movie on Netflix, guys, that I reviewed on my channel earlier today, called Tiger Tail by Alan Yang or Young Yang, the same guy behind great episodes of Masters of None, great episodes of Parks and Rec. Just a great guy. His name was in the news recently, in the movie news, that Marvel had apparently met with him. um, I don't know if it was recently or within the last few months or year, but they've met with him to do a project with them, which I don't know if it's for a movie or, he's known for TV, so it might be in the TV world with Disney Plus. But either way, I recommend that season or that show, that movie, guys. Tiger Tail. It's a movie about love, regret, multi-generational kind of pain and not trauma, but just pain and life circumstances and affecting your future. It's just a really great film, really good drama, really good love story too. Speaking of the outsider, we were talking about some of the people in the chat said that they came about my channel because of my outsider breakdown and reviews. Again, I don't know why I'm so terrible at remembering names right now. The actor in this movie was also on the outsider, and also from the same guy, Richard Price. He was in The Night Of. Great actor. No, that's real, bro. I love when he runs to the door. There's moments like that, right? Where again, very serious subject matter, very serious acting going on, but that was like a little, I could see like Todd Phillips or maybe even Joaquin being like, I'm gonna run into the glass door, right? Just a little bit of levity, right? Again, for those at home, we are 58 minutes and 45 seconds into this wonderful film. For those at home, again, if you're just tuning in, guys, thank you for stopping by. I know a lot of stuff out there that we can be watching, but I appreciate you guys joining the chat, asking these wonderful questions. If you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, make sure you leave some comments in the chat here. I'm going to keep this thing going, guys. I appreciate you guys' support. Robert De Niro is such a great actor, guys. I love Robert De Niro. You guys didn't know, big fan of his. And if you like Promised Land season 2, yeah, that's what I saw when I was just reading it. But I thought it said something about live action when I was looking at it online. But no, I'm gonna definitely check that out, and I appreciate the recommendation. Cameron says, and I hope you don't have a problem with subtitles. No, I don't, man. That film I was just talking about on Netflix, Tiger Trail, Tiger Tail is subtitles, and I love movies that are with subtitles, man. It brings more authenticity to the movie or to the show. So I have no problem with that. Again, I know that was like a big conversational piece with Parasite and all that stuff with subtitles, and people like, I can't watch a movie. Again, I don't mean to like make mock people that sometimes reading subtitles can distract them from the movie. I get that, but to me, no problem at all. Actually, I'm watching the Joker with subtitles. I feel like I can't hear things. Number one, I feel like if I don't have subtitles on, like I can't. I feel like I can't hear what they're saying, which is ridiculous because I go to the movies and there's no subtitles there. But no, I have no problem with subtitles, man. Bring me the subtitles. Bring it on. Cameron says, and I have to check out the. And I've yet to check out The Outsider. Big fan of Stephen King. Yeah, man, The Outsider was great, man. It was great. I reviewed those every week on this channel, man. Definitely check. I think HBO is they're doing like a free trial for their service, or doing like they're putting out free content. And I don't know if The Outsider is one of them, but yeah, definitely check it out, man. It's if you love Stephen King. I know the book came out like 2-3 years ago, so it was a recently new book, but it was fantastic, man. Really, really recommend The Outsider. And when you check it out, watch my reviews, so you can have someone to talk to it about. Because I know it's been off air for the last couple of months, but definitely recommend it. Really great show, man. Really, really great show. What do you guys think about this version of Gotham City? Again, we've seen many versions of it, and the Tim Burton's Gotham. Obviously the sequels following that, Christopher Nolan's Gotham. We got a little bit of Gotham in BVS, and most recently in Birds of Prey. What is your favorite? And then obviously this. Let me know in the comments, guys, in the chat, as you say, what is your favorite live action version of Gotham? For me, I would probably have to go with, even though we didn't spend that much time in the world, BVS, man. Again, I'm a big fan of what Zack Snyder was trying to do with that film and how he presented everything. But and obviously Tim Burton's Gotham was, was Tim Burton's version of Gotham, right? No shade there. I'm a big Tim Burton fan. Mostly his earlier work, not his most recent work. But no, I think I really enjoy it with like I said, it wasn't a lot of time that we spent in Gotham, but I like that. It's not. I like Zack Snyder's version of Gotham, but obviously Christopher Nolan's version, because obviously, again, being born and raised in Chicago, that was cool to kind of see that version of Gotham in downtown Chicago. But those are probably two of my favorite. The most recent one with Birds of Prey was interesting, right? Because it was the first time we really kind of saw Gotham outside of the Nolan verse. The first time we saw Gotham in the daylight, and that was very interesting to see. And then a very very cartoonish version of that with Harley Quinn, but it was still pretty entertaining. But like I said, let me know in the chat what's your favorite live action Gotham City that you guys like. Let me know in the comments. Good old Charlie Chapman. I went to school for film and video. And I remember watching so many of his films, so many projects or papers I wrote about Charlie Chapman. One of the best to ever do it. Very creative guy. Let's see here. Cameron says I was not gonna watch Parasite because of the subtitles, but so glad I did. My second favorite film of last year. That's awesome, and I know, like I said, and wasn't mocking people that, obviously there are people that have a hard time interacting or engaging with the film because they're reading something, but they're missing maybe something on screen. But I've been watching subtitles since I was really really young. The little bit of time I did spend with my dad, I didn't really grow up with my dad, but there was a time when I was a teenager when I would visit him on the weekends, and he was big into like old Japanese films and foreign films. And that's where kind of my love for like action films come about, because I used to watch a lot of kung fu films. So I kind of grew up watching movies with subtitles, and I've always been a fan of different cultures and different international films. So but I'm glad that you gave Parasite a chance, because it was my favorite film of last year. If you guys saw my top 10 movies of 2019, it was my number one film, and so glad it's on Hulu so more people can see it. And that's maybe a watch along that I might do in the future. I know David from Flicks Talk did it last week, earlier this week. He did a watch along for Parasite, and I might do one maybe later this year to celebrate its 1 year anniversary. I love this version of Gotham. It was a lot more darker than other Gothams for sure, and this is probably my favorite version of Gotham. I felt Transport Not for sure. This is definitely a gritty, dark, like you said, version of Gotham, and obviously what takes place in this film, the lower class, coming and coming up and taking out the upper class. It's definitely a dark and gritty version of it. There we go. The twist of the lies. Or what's the lie? Like I said, let me know in the chat, guys. What do you guys feel about Thomas Wayne telling him that he was adopted versus Penny saying that he was the father of his child? Also, too, where does his laugh rank for you guys of all the Jokers, or any of the Jokers you've been exposed to? Whether it be live action Jack Nicholson, Jared Leto, obviously Heath Ledger, who's my favorite Joker to date, or Mark Hamill. He obviously is known in the animated world from playing an incredible version of the Joker. So let me know what is Joaquin's Phoenix Joker kind of land for you in regards to his laugh. Is it one of your favorites? Is it your favorite? Let me know, guys. For me personally, my favorite Joker laugh probably goes to Mark Hamill. I think he just embodies the character and does such a great job. Then for live action, I'll probably have to go with this is tough. It's that laugh is so pivotal for the character. And I really like what Heath did. That's my favorite Joker guy, so I'm a little biased, but I like what Joaquin did, and also I like the whole creation of the laugh, right? Of how it comes about, how it's a disorder that he has. So I think that's such a fascinating thing for the character. A nice little wrinkle to add to the character, that he laughs when he gets like nervous or gets upset. Again, for all those that are at home, We are at the 1 hour and 8 minutes and 21 seconds into the film. All right, what we got here? Cameron James says, "I don't know what to think about. I don't know what to think. A part of me thinks that his dad is a part of me. Thinks that he's adopted, and as he said, it's hard to know the truth." Yeah, it's a really fascinating concept, or not concept, but like a really fascinating storyline within this script. Is who do you believe? Right? Do you believe the mom that obviously has this kind of complex, kind of somewhat dysfunctional situation going on with her son, or do you believe the somewhat corrupt version of Thomas Wayne in this version of Gotham City and version of Joker storyline? Who to believe, right? Very, very, very interesting storyline. I personally, based on the evidence given to us in regards to this corrupt version of Gotham, I think that Thomas Wayne covered it up and made the paperwork, making it seem like he was adopted versus him sleeping around with the maid and giving birth to Arthur's character. This is me personally, but I think I don't remember if Todd Phillips, if he's revealed the truth, or it's just one of those things that we'll never find out, and just this is open to interpretation or to your own thoughts on the film. But I personally think Thomas Wayne covered it up, and that was his child, and that his brother, his half brother, is Bruce Wayne, which is a really. I remember like when that. Obviously, when movies like this come out, superhero movies, scripts get leaked. People find this, that, and the other. I remember that was a particular thread that was going on, and people was like, "If that happens, I will be fucking pissed that they did that." But I think they handled it pretty well. Another another big fan of we were talking about Zazie Beetz a little bit earlier, who I'm a huge fan of, and watching her and from Atlanta, and then obviously seeing her become such a big superstar as she is now with this role, and obviously Deadpool 2, which that would be a fun watch along, watching the first two Deadpools. But I'm a big fan of my man on the screen now, and love where his career is going. Brian Tyree Henry, I love that he was able to make an appearance in that. His career is blowing up as well, just like Zazie Beetz. I'm excited to see him in Internals, which got pushed back to next year. But I really love what he's doing with his career, and I'm a big fan of his work. Mm-hmm. um, Sorry, Cameron, did I miss your question there? Make sure I get that. Probably favorite Joker laugh is Joaquin, and a little biased because Joaquin is my favorite Joker. That's what's up. Like I said, I'm a little biased too because of Heath Ledger's my favorite Joker. But no, Joaquin has a great laugh as well. Does she? Does she suffer from that stuff, or was it all made up as a cover up? What? Yeah, that's the child. And like I did last week too, guys, and in the previous watch along, let me know in the comments what in the chat what would you guys like to watch next. I do have a big event, if you want to call it that, in the next couple weeks. I'm gonna have a pretty big watch along for some films at the end of this month that I'm excited for. I'm gonna have some guests on to that watch along, and we're gonna have some fun times. But let me know prior to that, in the next couple weeks, what would you guys like to see next Friday? And I think the next Friday is the weekend I'm talking about. But let me know what you guys like to watch next week. And like I said, I would like to try to keep these within the same genre because I know my picks so far that I have given to you guys have been like so all over the place. But would you guys like to watch a drama next week, a comedy, a horror film, a comic book movie film? Let me know in the chat, and we can I'll make a poll for Monday and see what you guys would like to watch based on the recommendations from you guys in regards to what you would like to watch next Friday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Cameron James says, I remember being so scared watching this movie for the first time. I felt so uncomfortable watching the movie because it felt so real. Yeah, man. Again, um, just the whole, obviously leading up to the film, people had some kind of feelings about it in regards to like safety going to the theater. But then obviously watching the movie, you're just like, oh man, this is messed up, man. Like, what's going on? His mom was kind of abusive to him, locked him on a goddamn radiator. And then obviously everything you find out about kind of the stuff going on here. But no, definitely this film is definitely isn't a film you want to watch on a bright and sunny day, right? Nah, but no, it is. It definitely is a definitely uncomfortable film, and I think that was the intention by Todd Phillips was to kind of put you in this world that he's creating with his partner in crime, Joaquin Phoenix, and the writers and the producers. They really wanted you to feel uncomfortable, and I think they did a good job of doing so. Ron, what's up, my man? What's going on, my friend? We got Ron in the chat, guys. One of the best in the game with the voiceovers, man. My man has a bright future ahead of him. I'm so glad you're able to tune in tonight, my friend. What's up, man? Loving the new look. You got over here. I really dig it. Yeah, man. I was. I felt like a bit of an accomplishment this week, man. Like I said, I'm a tech savvy guy for the most part, but when it comes to software, man, I'm like completely obnoxious to adapting to software. So I've been wanting to do something this year. I told myself, what do I want to do with this channel? I want to continue to do movie reviews, TV reviews, do giveaways, trailer reactions, this, that, and the other. But I also want to interact with the people that I really appreciate out there, whether it be via YouTube or Instagram. People like you, Ron, that I'm hoping to, we got some things in the works in the coming weeks, my friend. But, I really want to add more people to the chat. So I'm, looking around, doing some research, and actually I'm going to be doing my first official like collaboration on this channel. I've been fortunate enough to be interviewed by Ron, be on Davis' channel on Flix Talk. I've been on other channels. And done some other collaborations on other people's platform. But tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time, I'm going to have the people from, they actually reached out to me, but they felt it would be kind of better to have it on my channel just because they're kind of new to YouTube and they wanted to be able to, get as many eyes on our content as possible. So tomorrow I'm going to be chatting with the guys, Dom and Chris from, talking TV podcast. We're going to be talking about the 2011 film Contagion, which is pretty much a true story because it's pretty much the same thing that we got going on in our times. Obviously, not to the extent of the film in regards to what was going on there, but a lot of similarities. So I'm very excited to talk to them about that movie tomorrow. So I'm going to be using StreamYard to bring them in, and I want to use StreamYard in the future to bring in other guests. So if you guys are ever interested to want to be on a watch along or to do like a collaboration video, I have the software to do it, and I would love to interact with you all more and bring some new faces to the channel, introduce people to some more awesome people that I know. So that's the plan, guys, is to pay it forward in regards to people that's put me on their platform. I want to do the same thing for them, and obviously bring some more people onto this channel so you guys can meet some awesome people that I know and gotten to meet through these social media platforms. So but yeah, I'm glad you're able to join tonight, my friend. So Cameron James says, "What movie are you most excited to watch when the theaters open back?" Probably for me is A Quiet Place 2. So to answer your question, Cameron, great question by the way, man. I did a watch along 2 weeks ago for A Quiet Place, and that happened to be on my most anticipated films of 2020. So that's definitely one of them. Really excited to see Mulan when that gets released. Right now, it's quoted for stated for July 21st, 24th, I believe. So it'll be really interesting to see. This was such a big reveal. It was like Zazie wasn't even there. Again, for all those that are just tuning in for the watch along, this was the big moment where Arthur Fleck, as the audience, were realizing that he just made all those interactions up with Zazie Beetz. So we are 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 58 seconds into the film for all those that are watching at home, so you can be kind of queued up where we're at. So we're going to now see the full transformation of Arthur Fleck going full Joker mode. But going back to your question, Cameron, Quiet Place 2 is high on my list. Very excited to see what they do with Mulan. Was it today or last week? It might be today. We were supposed to see No Time. Well, not supposed. The release date of No Time to Die, the new 007 film, was supposed to be something that was supposed to be out. I was really looking forward to seeing that. So, yeah, it sucks that things got pushed back. But again, I think it's for the right reasons. Obviously, people not being so close to each other in the theater. But those are definitely some that come to mind, like you said, Quiet Place, Mulan, and then No Time to Die. And I was really looking forward to New Mutants too. I'm really excited to see what they do with that. If they put it on Disney Plus, which I don't think they'll do, but Hulu is an option. Apparently, the runtime is like an hour and 30 minutes, so really quick and to the point. I'm really excited to see what they do with New Mutants as well. Very, very, very excited for that film. Adam Moore said horror fan will be dope. Yeah, a horror film will be dope. Yeah, I'm gonna probably do for next week. Yeah, I'm gonna probably do a horror genre in regards to some films, and I'm gonna put on either Instagram that you guys can vote, YouTube community tab. I'm gonna put and then Twitter if you guys follow me on Twitter. I'm gonna put those on there. I'm gonna think of some horror films that I would like to watch with you all next week. I'm a big horror fan, Adam. So definitely for sure, man. I would love to watch some horror with you guys. Cameron James says, and I hope Halloween Kills doesn't get delayed because you and me both, brother. That was, again, if you guys get a chance, if you didn't see it earlier this year, I did, my top 10 of 2019 as far as movies, favorite shows of 2019, favorite horror films in the last decade, favorite comic book movies, but I also did my most anticipated of this year, and Halloween Kills was on my list, man. For you all that might not know, my number one horror film of all time is Halloween 1978 version of it. Very, very excited to see what they do with the follow-up to the 2018 version, which I really enjoy, which might be a film that we can watch next week. Yeah, here we go. Killing his mom. But very, very big moment for Arthur right here, guys. Taking out his own mom because, life's a big joke. His life is a joke. But yeah, Halloween Kills is high on my list, man. And I hope, it's slated for October. Obviously there's going to be some movies that might get pushed into October. I'm really excited for September's release. Like for us horror fans out there, we got Candyman, we got Conjuring 3, and then A Quiet Place 2. So that's going to be a really awesome month. But I'm really, really looking forward to the first trailer of Halloween Kills. And obviously I can't wait for that film and see what, what they bring to us this October. Adam Moore says, I am with Cameron, Halloween Kills, and Candyman. Yeah, I did a trailer reaction to Candyman, and I'm so ready for that film. Candyman doesn't get enough attention for horror fans out there, or horror conversations, like as far as one of the best horror films in the 90s. I forgot Justin Theron was in this film. One of my favorite shows of all time, guys, is Leftovers, and I'm a big Justin Theroux fan. But going back to, I can't wait for Candyman. Very excited for that. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II. That dude is blowing up. I'm so happy for him because I think he's a great, great talented actor. And I'm really looking forward to seeing him play the role and get, the OG Tony Todd back in the mix. But really looking forward to that. Very excited for that film. And also, like I said, Halloween Kills. Those are definitely my list. And like I said, check out my top 10 most anticipated movies and see where those movies landed on my personal list when we're done with this watch along. You can find that in my top 10 playlist that I have on my channel. Adam Moore says Antlers. Yeah, I was looking forward to that. I forgot about that, man. Yeah, that's oh man, what's the director's name? It's the guy that did Out of the Furnace and a couple other great films. I know Guillermo del Toro is a part of it as a producer. Yeah, that looked really, really good, man. We got some pretty good horror films so far this year, right? I really enjoyed The Invisible Man, which I did a review on that. You guys should check out that video if you haven't already. The Lodge, I thought that was a really psychologically messed up film. We got a couple other ones that I really enjoyed this year. So, but yeah, I was really looking forward to Antlers. Looked really, really good. Cameron James says Candyman and Antlers both look incredible. Yeah, man, for sure. Can't wait to see both of them. Connor agrees. Yeah, Antlers for sure. I think a lot of people are looking for. Let me look up the director's name. I can't remember. David something. I think. I'm a big fan of Kerry Russell. And the what's the kid's name from Breaking Bad? Jesse. Scott Cooper. Yeah. Yeah, The Furnace, Black Mass. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. When did they put a release date on that yet for Antlers, guys? Yeah, it's supposed to come out in March. Yeah, they haven't rescheduled it yet. That's one that I would like to see at the theaters for sure. Like there's some movies that go into streaming platforms that it's fine, Trolls and some of those other movies, but I would love to see Antlers on the big screen. Jesse, yeah, I'm really looking forward to this film, guys. And Guillermo's he's a part of this, right? Yeah, he's a producer. Yeah, and David S. Goyer. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, guys. And we got the transformation of Arthur here going full Joker now. Again, for all those that are at home watching or just tuning in, we're 1 hour, 25 minutes, and 33 seconds into the film for all those that are at home watching it along with me, which again, I appreciate everyone that's in the chat. Some awesome comments, some awesome conversations. Again, if you're not already, subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss any of my contents. Give this video a like, a thumbs up, really appreciate it. And make sure you send me some questions in the chat, guys. I really appreciate it. And also, as I said earlier, going down in the history books. I got my first ever super chat provided by my new best friend, Adam Ward. I really appreciate that, man. So if you guys want to support the channel, again, if you don't have the finances due to the crazy times we're in, completely understand. So give the video a thumbs up. But if you have, if you want to support the channel as well, you can definitely do a super chat. This was a crazy scene here. This is a crazy scene. Mom died. I'm celebrating. This man is in a dark, dark spot. Adam Ward, my new best friend. Something done is another one. Yeah, is that the new Atari? Oh man, let me look that up real quick. I think I saw a trailer for that a couple weeks ago. Yeah. Is that available to stream? Yeah, today actually. Okay. I'm gonna see where I can find that. But I saw the trailer. It looks bonkers with the girls. I think are the killers and some satanic, freaking cult stuff going on. Looks crazy. Morgan, what's up, Mo? Thor and Morgan are in the chat. It's officially lit. My two favorite people in the world. Oh man, oh my gosh, this is brutal. boom, boom. God damn. I mean, that's just brutality on the next level. And my man's here in the corner, just like, what do you do, right? Not to get dark, but I mean, what would you do in this situation? Like, you just saw a man get murdered right in front of you, and not just, you know, shot or stabbed, but stabbed in the eye and head bashed on a wall. Good gosh, that's just terrifying. And look at I mean, this shot is just, again, masterful direction from Todd Phillips, but that shot there is just, it's just, he's smiling, got the blood on his face, makeup on. And again, a Todd Phillips thing or a Joaquin Phoenix thing in regards to this dark ass moment, but a little bit of comedy coming up here when he likes helps him unlock the door. Again, Todd Phillips has a history of comedy. I don't know if that was, and then here he's just scaring him. I think that's a Todd Phillips thing. Like I said, he did that earlier in the film. Put a little joke, little bit of levity in it. I think that's Todd Phillips' kind of comedic moment coming out here. But I'm so glad you were able to make it tonight, Mo. Let me know how you like the technology. Are you feeling it, Mo? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Ron says, I knew that he wasn't with her during the film, but still her reaction still got me fully. I don't like Arthur, but dang it, man. Feel kind of sorry for him. Yeah, it was a big moment. And you have your moments where you know you can see, you know, his upbringing, you know, how he was raised, his life situation. So yeah, there's definitely moments where you're just like, man, you know, he has a messed up life. For sure. Very interesting music choice here. I remember this at the theater, you know, hearing this song come on during this scene. Ron says, dang, okay, I'm going to the moms, man. It was a big moment. Yeah, for sure. Definitely, man. Killing his moms and, you know, embracing this character, the Joker now, and taking out his old work buddy that did him over, and now he's just, again, I love the, you know, the can't think of the word, but at this point in the film where, you know, we're always seeing Arthur head down, no confidence, going, you know, up the stairs, you know, and now he's descending. The character is now going into the depths of the darkness and embracing this killer clown and the Joker. And it hasn't been happier after killing these people, right? Again, just a great great character piece. Like, you just see him just dancing, just living his best life after committing these horrific crimes. Adam Ward says, for deals, for reals, Donald, he did that on his mom. That got me. Yeah. Um, yeah, that was a really crazy moment. For sure, I got you, brother. Always down to help out and support folks with great content. We got you, bruh. Appreciate the love, my friend. I really do. Ronald says, my mind will go blink like, yeah, for sure. Try so hard to get to the door and run through it. Yeah, man. Get to the door and run away like yeah, man. I would have ran through the goddamn door. I would have ran through the door after seeing something like that, or jumped out of a window, man. It's just like, I mean, crazy moment. I laughed so hard when the song came on. Like, no lie, I was looking around like, what is happening? And an amazing score, yeah, comes on, yeah, for sure, man. No, that was definitely a WTF moment when that choice of music came in. But again, it's just Arthur embracing this Joker character and descending into the darkness, into the madness of his mind. Is it me or are you guys wearing some Joker gear tonight for this watch along? Now you're just watching the people go bananas. Yeah, now things are gonna get chaotic. The city's lost its mind. They're embracing the Joker and his whole, taking down the greedy and the rich and the corrupted and the law. Again, as Cameron was saying earlier, this is his version of his favorite version of Gotham, and I gotta agree with you, man. This is a really interesting take on Gotham, and just seeing the uprise of the Joker and how how he turned these people. Put on a happy face. So it's very interesting too. So again, this was supposed to be a one-off, right? And as we're slowly approaching the finale of the film, the conversations after the film was as successful as it is or was and is, I should say, $1 billion on a 40, 50 to $70 million budget. Probably a little over 100 when you put in marketing and all that stuff. But to make $1 billion, the conversations, regardless of how you feel about it, have to be had in regards to do we make a sequel? How do we, at the end of the day, it's a business, right? These films, obviously, we movie fans appreciate it and look at films, and it shapes us sometimes, and it's something we look up to, inspire to, in some of these characters. But it's a business at the end of the day. And Warner Brothers looking at Todd Phillips like, hey, man, if we can get you back, get the Oscar-winning Joaquin back, would you guys be down for a sequel? So me personally, when these rumors came about, obviously I don't need a sequel. Would I watch one? You bet your ass I would, but I don't necessarily need one. But it'll be really interesting to see what happens with this. Again, the conversations came about in 2016, 2017 that this was the first of many other DC Black Label characters to get this treatment, this more grounded, rated R approach to these characters that we know in the comics. And it'll be really interesting to see what comes of this movie. If we do get a sequel, again, I'll check it out for sure, but I don't need it. I would love to see, Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix do something else together. That'd be really, really cool. But if they did do a sequel, that would be really fascinating to see what avenues they take, what story would they follow, right? Will we see a continuation of Arthur being locked up and Bruce, potentially an older version of Bruce Wayne, being now the Batman? Um, do you see someone else take up the Joker mantle? Like, I don't know. It'll be a really interesting creative angle, or see how they would handle that if they did a sequel. But don't need it. But I would be there day one for sure. Opening night. um, Ron says, "No sir, no Joker shirt over here. I mostly got Batman shirts in my house. Now I got a bunch of Batman gear too, and quite a few Joker gear because Batman's my favorite superhero, and the Joker's my favorite super villain or villain. So yeah." Again, it's like the body motion and the movement in this character is just him embracing this character he's in, embodying the Joker now. He's transformed into the Joker. Again, for all those at home, we are an hour, 38 minutes, and 19 seconds into the film. Got less than a half an hour left in this really really good film. Again, guys, this is my second time watching it since seeing it back in October, and it still holds for me. Still holds for sure. Obviously, I'm not breaking it down as often as I would if I was watching by myself, because obviously you guys have some amazing questions that I have to answer, and they're definitely long-winded at times. But no, this movie, just watching with you guys tonight, it's just a phenomenal um, direction by Todd Phillips, and obviously performance by Joaquin Phoenix as the therapist. Is like, what are you? Now you talk about scenes giving you chills and getting just a scene you will never forget when the first time you see this scene play out here. Very, very shocking, disturbing, but just really well crafted. Again, guys, I love Robert De Niro. So interesting to see him again. The comparisons to the tilt of the hat to Martin Scorsese, one of the best to ever do it. And obviously, this film has a lot of parallels to the King of Comedy, Taxi Driver, and to see Robert De Niro kind of be in this movie is definitely great that they brought him in the mix. What we got here? Ron says a billion is a billion no matter what. I'm there with you on that. I really don't need a sequel to this. So many questions need to be asked. Yeah, no, I'm right there with you, my friend. But yeah, I would watch the sequel as well. Yeah, no, for sure. Me and you both, man. Yeah, let it be. However, if a sequel does happen, I'll be curious about whether. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Adam. Uh, it will be really interesting to see where they go with the story if they were to bring this back. But you know, if anything, I could just see them saying, "Hey, we're not going to maybe have a direct sequel, but the marketing for whoever the next character that they choose to do in this Joker approach is going to be marketed like from the creators of the Joker, this, that, and the other. Whether it be a Todd Phillips as a director or executive producer, they're going to definitely market the hell out of that so people know this is kind of in the same vein as that film." There we go. There we go. Everyone's kind of sitting up in their chairs. Ain't no punchline. Again, it's such a disturbing scene, but just a well acted scene, a well directed scene. The set design, the staging of all this is just really well done. And we were talking about it earlier about being disturbed, being scared of the moment when he kills the guy. Puts the scissors in his eye and bashes his head in. This whole conversation is just scary to me, and just where Arthur's at this point in this film where he just doesn't care, and it's just like, and you notice too, this is his first time that he's not laughing. Normally throughout the entire film he's laughing because he's uncomfortable, he's nervous, but this is the most like confident he's been. He's not stuttering. This is him embracing the darkness. Ron says, yeah, the Murray scene. Hearing Arthur and Murray's name is also funny for sure. Yeah, definitely. The scene is like so tense, and the ball drops. Jeez, yeah, for sure, man. It's a great scene. The theater I saw this in was so quiet and goes in D with the whole crowd, and I'm just, yeah, yeah, same experience with me, Ron, at the theater. I remember my reaction to it, just being like, "Oh, snap!" Yeah, here we go. Hmm. Again, I'm just such a big fan of Robert De Niro. I was so glad he was able to be in this movie again. The homage to Taxi Driver and Kings of Comedy, and I think it's so great that he was able to be in this movie. There we go. Man, like again, I have this turned down for obviously you guys can hear me and all that stuff, but I remember just being in the theater and then you could hear a pin drop when this moment happened. And the score again, the score is phenomenal. The build up to that moment, man. Again, just and, for extra measure, huh? Again, the performance is just man, man. Such a powerful moment. Such a powerful moment. The chaoticness, the insanity of the city, Gotham City, is taking over now. People have lost it. Again, I just take myself back to that moment with, hearing the news of Todd Phillips getting on board as a director, and just thinking like, man, can he handle the subject matter? Is he able to bring the story to light? Can he bring this iconic character to the big screen and do him justice? Again, coming off of my favorite performance of Joker on live action, Heath Ledger's Joker in The Dark Knight. I'm just like, man, it's obviously him passing away, and can he possibly live up to it? And they're two different Jokers. The comparison conversation was obviously going to be had just because they're playing the same character, but they're two separate versions of the Joker, right? And how they performed and how they brought the characters to life. But, I was just like, man, I love Joaquin Phoenix, but my biggest question mark was Todd Phillips, guys. And I know I'm not the only one that thought this. You thinking to yourself, this is the same guy that did The Hangover, that did the Old School, and what is he? Is this going to be a joke? Is this going to be taken seriously? And man, did he prove myself and many others wrong, at least in my personal opinion. I'll speak for myself. He proved me wrong. Like the way he handled the subject matter and told the story and the direction and the choice of picking the scenes and the shot selections and obviously picking Joaquin Phoenix to be on board in this. It was just great. And just goes to show you, man. You give a man some take a risk studios out there. It doesn't always work out, right? But when someone has a story that needs to be said and be told, and they have a passion about it, you end up with stuff like this that destroy the box office, gets nominated for awards, wins an award for performance. I mean, we've seen this scene, so many times on live action now. The death of Batman, his parents. I can't remember if I read somewhere. Was it some point in the script where they had Bruce die, being killed? I can't remember if I read that somewhere or not. Ron says because of this film, it made me want to watch Kings of Comedy and Taxi Driver. Yeah, both are really good. Yeah, no, I agree. Taxi Driver is one of my all-time favorite films. Really, really enjoyed Kings of Comedy, but Taxi Driver is one of those. Yeah, those. I saw it for the first time like 6 years ago, and revisited it since. But definitely one of my favorite Martin Scorsese films, and just one of my favorite films in general. And there's a lot of obviously nods and tilts of the hat to those two films in particular. After I watched Joaquin Phoenix play Johnny Cash and Walking the Line, I had a lot of faith in him playing the Joker, but I don't see him going there. But I didn't. Yeah, no, you and me both, man. I like you said. I mean, obviously Joaquin Phoenix is phenomenal in that film, Walking the Line. Playing Johnny Cash and obviously other roles that he's done in his career. But yeah, this was next level for sure. And just come to think of it, just can you imagine if he was Doctor Strange? That would have been an interesting take on Doctor Strange. Even though, again, the reason he really wanted to pass on it, not because Doctor Strange isn't a phenomenal character, but it's because of the whole commitment of being locked down for however long MCU wants to use you. Another again, it's a great shot. Embracing the madness, embracing the insanity around him, and feeling welcomed and feeling like they see me, they're embracing me. We're watching this man throughout this entire film being beaten down, and not being looked at. And now this is what he wanted, you know, crazy, crazy, crazy. But then I love how the film poses. Did this all really happen? Or was it all in Arthur's mind? Again, guys, for those at home, 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 48 seconds into the film. Let's wrap it up here. We got our last few scenes coming up, or our last scene coming up here. Overall thoughts again when I reviewed this was pretty high on my list, guys, in regards to, excuse me, in regards to, um, movies last year. Um, the performance speaks for itself with Joaquin Phoenix winning the Best Actor. Um, I think Parasite deservedly so deserved to win the Best Picture. It's my favorite film of last year. The director did a great job. I think he deserved the award, but Todd Phillips did a great job in directing this film. And as we talked about not too long ago, it'll be interesting to see what they do with this film. If they do make a sequel, I'll be really interested. And at this point, you can't doubt if they do get Todd Phillips back and Joaquin Phoenix back. It'll be really interesting to see what they do. But if not, I'll be really fascinated to see if they do another, like I mentioned earlier in the chat, a uh, um, Lex Luthor, or they do a Deathstroke. It'll be really fascinating to see who gets this treatment if they continue with this DC Dark label. Adam Moore says, I first saw Taxi Driver back in the early 90s as a kid. Not a film I saw. Not a movie to show to a kid. No, that's for sure. I saw it when I was in my 20s. So, like I said, about 6-7 years ago. I saw it for the first time. I was floored by it, and I've seen it since then. It's been probably about 2 years since I've rewatched it, but definitely something that I remember, and definitely one of my favorites of all time for sure. Travis and seeing that whole story play out, very similar to how things played out for the Joker. But yeah. Ron says, "LOL, I can imagine a not a film for a kid to watch." Yeah, I mean, I think we've all of us film fans have seen films that we probably shouldn't have seen at a young age. Me, seeing a lot of horror films at a young age that I shouldn't have. But I turned out okay. I think so. Ron says, in his dance to the score, my favorite part of the film. Yeah. I mean, Joaquin was getting down in this movie. And you see the little blood stains on the floor, indicating did he kill the the doctor? Again, just leaves that question: was it all fake? Was it reality? So I love when films do that. The end. And there you have it, guys. Directed by Todd Phillips. He was nominated for best director. Joaquin Phoenix, the winner of Best Actor. This film was nominated for Best Movie, Best Picture, and deservedly so, in my opinion. Of course, it has its flaws again. Um, certain aspects of the film could have been done a little bit better. Certain surrounding characters, I would have liked to have seen get a little bit more screen time. But it was a one-man show, and that was Joaquin Phoenix. He did a great job, literally in every scene, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe one or two scenes, but if I'm not mistaken, I think he was in pretty much every scene in this movie, every frame of this movie. So. But like I said, by all means, it's not a perfect movie, but it's a really well done, well crafted movie. There's no denying the technical achievements of this film, the cinematography, the score. We all know was the Oscar winner, but the score was a character within itself. And then, like I said, the performances were phenomenal, and obviously award winning by Joaquin, but. Really, really good film, guys. It still holds up for me. I'm gonna probably watch some of these behind the scenes after I'm done with this live stream and just kind of dive deeper into some of the behind the scenes from Todd Phillips and then the writers and everyone involved, and obviously Joaquin Phoenix and him, their relationship that they were able to develop in making this film. So again, guys, another watch along in the books. Watch the Joker tonight. Again, I thank you all for those that were able to join in the chat tonight, that are currently still in the chat from the very beginning. I thank you so much. I'm really excited for this channel to continue to grow. More watch alongs coming in the coming weeks. I'll have someone had mentioned earlier, Adam, I think it was Adam who mentioned earlier that we should do horror next week, and I'll definitely put some horror films on the list for next Friday for us to watch along. And then is it 2 weeks from now or 3 weeks? It might be 2 weeks. 1, 2. Yeah. So in 2 weeks, guys, I have a pretty cool watch along plan for you guys, back to back nights, and I'm going to bring some special guests in for those. So very excited to do that. But in the meantime, guys, check out my review I did for Netflix Tiger Tail that I did earlier today. I did a review for my TV fans out there for Devs episode 7, which I really enjoyed that show. And then I have tomorrow I'm going to be doing another live on this channel with my friends over at Talking TV Podcast, Dom and Chris. We're going to be doing a movie review for Contagion. So I'm really excited to do my first collaboration with those guys and chat about that film. So again, I appreciate everyone that dropped in the chat, that stayed through the whole thing, that popped in and asked some questions. And for those that are watching this replay, again, if you haven't already, subscribe, like this video, share this video, comment below, and I thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I'm going to go ahead and call it night. I've got a couple questions before I head out though. Adam Ward, along with the Exodus, first time watching. That's an interesting one for a first time watch, Adam. My pops was crazy with films, but appreciate the exposure to many different films at a young age. Yeah, not everyone can handle that exposure to Kings of Comedy, Taxi Driver, The Exodus at a young age. But no, it's great that your dad was able to expose you to some classics. Adam Ward. Joaquin deserved the Oscar. Brilliant performance. Yeah, me and you are in agreement there, my friend. I definitely agree with you, Adam. I'm with you. Parasite was definitely my favorite film last year. Yeah, that was my number one last year, guys. Ron says, loved it very much. You be good, man. You too, man. Everyone be safe out there. You be safe, Ron. And we'll be talking soon, man, about some future projects, my friend. And Adam Moore says, this was great. Thank you, brother, for this. Cannot wait to see more, and all you be safe and healthy out there. On that note, guys, we're going to wrap this up. Adam, again, man, I appreciate the super chat. I appreciate Ron and Connor and Jonathan and Mrs. Edwards and everyone that stopped by tonight, Morgan, everyone that came by, and everyone that's rewatching this. I can't thank you enough for the support, guys. And we'll be back pretty soon. Like I said, tomorrow, guys, tune in tomorrow. I'll have a collaboration with Talking TV Podcast, talking about 2011's Contagion. We're going to be talking about that tomorrow. So that's 6 p.m. Central Time. So again, guys, this has been fun. We got many more of these coming pretty soon, but I appreciate the support, and we'll see you guys again